I love my family. My name is Emily, and I am 12 years old. I live in a small, but warm and beautiful house with my family. My family is not very big, but it is full of love, laughter, and happiness. In my family, there are 4 people: my father, my mother, my little brother Jake, and me. We also have a dog named Max. Max is not just a pet, he is like a part of our family. Every day, we do many things together. We eat together, play together, and share our feelings. I feel very lucky to have a loving family. They make me feel happy and safe. No matter what happens, I and my family will always be there for me. Every morning, I wake up to the soft sound of birds singing outside my window. The golden sunlight shines through the curtains, making my room warm and bright. I stretch my arms and take a deep breath. A new day has begun. From the kitchen, I hear my mother's voice calling, "Emily, wake up. Breakfast is ready." I quickly get out of bed, wash my face, and brush my teeth. Then I put on my school uniform and walk to the kitchen. The smell of fresh toast and eggs fills the air. My mother is wearing her pink apron, flipping pancakes on the stove. She is humming a soft tune. My father is setting the table, and my little brother Jake is already sitting on his chair, waiting excitedly for breakfast. "Good morning, everyone," I say cheerfully. "Good morning, Emily." My parents reply with a smile. Jake claps his hands when my mother puts a plate of pancakes in front of him. "Yay, pancakes with honey." He shouts happily. Max, our dog, wags his tail and looks up at us, hoping someone will drop a piece of food. We all sit together and eat. My father pours me a glass of milk, and my mother gives me some fruit. We talk about our plans for the day. "What will you learn in school today, Emily?" My father asks. "I have an English test today." I say, "I studied a lot last night." "That's wonderful." My mother says, "Just do your best. I know you will do well." After breakfast, we all help clean up the table. My mother washes the dishes. My father dries them. And Jake and I put away the cups and napkins. After breakfast, it's time for school. I pack my school bag, making sure I have my books, pencils, and lunchbox. My mother always packs a small snack for me. Jake and I walk to school with our mother. The morning air is fresh, and the streets are quiet. We pass by beautiful trees, colorful flowers, and friendly neighbors who wave at us. Sometimes, we see little birds hopping on the ground, looking for food. At school, I study many subjects, but my favorite is English. I love reading stories, writing, and learning new words. My teacher, Mrs. Brown, is very kind and always encourages us to do our best. During break time, I play with my best friends, Anna and Lily. We sit under a big tree and talk about our favorite books and movies. Anna loves adventure stories, and Lily likes fairy tales. I like all kinds of stories. Meanwhile, my mother teaches at the kindergarten. She loves teaching little children how to read and write. She always tells us funny stories about her students when we get home. After school, my mother picks up Jake and me. We walk home, talking about our day. When we reach home, we change our clothes and have a small snack. Today, my mother gives us apples and cookies. "Can I have 2 cookies?" Jake asks, making a funny face. My mother laughs. "Okay, but only if you promise to finish your homework first." Jake nods quickly. "I promise." I sit at my desk and start doing my homework. My father comes home a little later and asks about my day. I tell him about my English test. "I think I did well." I say, "I'm sure you did," he says with a proud smile. "You always work hard." Jake is doing his homework too, but he keeps getting distracted. He plays with his pencils and makes funny drawings in his notebook. My father sits next to him and helps him focus. After finishing our homework, we go outside to play. The weather is nice, and the sky is a beautiful shade of blue. Jake and I run around the garden, playing tag. Max, our dog, runs with us, barking happily. My parents watch us and smile. "It's good to see you both having fun," my father says. Soon, it's time for dinner. My mother makes a delicious meal. Tonight, we are having rice, chicken, and vegetables. The smell of the food makes my stomach growl. We all sit at the table together. My father serves the food, and my mother pours the juice. Jake takes a big bite of his chicken and smiles. "This is so good," he says. While eating, we talk about our day. My parents listen to us and give us advice. They always tell us to be kind, honest, and hardworking. After dinner, we help clean up the table. My father washes the dishes. My mother dries them. And Jake and I put everything back in its place. After dinner, we watch a little TV together. Then, my mother says it's time for bed. Jake and I brush our teeth and change into our pajamas. We climb into bed, and my father comes to read us a bedtime story. "Tonight, I will tell you a special story," he says. It's about a little girl who loved her family very much. Jake and I listen carefully. The story is about love, kindness, and the importance of family. It makes me feel warm and happy inside. After the story, my mother gives us goodnight kisses. Before sleeping, I hug my parents and say, "Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad. I love you." They smile and say, "We love you too, Emily." Jake yawns and says sleepily, "I love our family." I close my eyes, feeling safe, loved, and happy. I know that no matter what happens, my family will always be there for me. And that is why I love my family.